Greetings. All right, this is going to be a chosen one message. So first thing coming through really strongly is, yeah, we knuckin and buckin and ready to fight. Okay, so crime mob, we knuckin and buckin and ready to fight. Now, here's the thing though, it's not fighting other people, it's fighting for yourself. So there's something here about fighting for yourself, fighting for something, fighting for the good cause. And then, White Flag by Gorillaz came through right after that. So White Flag is to surrender. In White Flag, he says, I ain't lost and this ain't shipwrecked. I ain't Jesus, but I'm walking on water. I don't know who they are, but I'm damn sure they don't know me. But I came in peace. Cool. White flag, white flag. No war, no guns, just life, just love, just fun. We came on a peace thing. So there's something here about peace. Prioritizing peace. So always prioritize your peace. There's also something here where perhaps people in the past could have seen you as boring, or someone could have seen something as boring. Someone could have tried to like gossip about you as like boring or slow. But here's the thing, you guys, elephants are in because it takes a whole pack of lions to kill an elephant. And even then the lions still may, not make it. So there's something here about slow and steady with elephants. And elephants have a really thick skin as well. So there's something here about you being really thick-skinned. So that can also be the knuck if you buck, crime mob energy. We knuckin and buckin and ready to fight. So again, there's something here about being fired up about something, really having the fire in your belly. You could be doing lion's breath. You could be doing fire breathing. Also, you could actually be playing with fire. I meant fire breathing like the yoga breath, breath of fire. So breath of fire could be really good for you, purifying the solar plexus area. Also, there's a strong energy of flower essences. So I'm not sure if any of you guys have experience with flower essences. I personally really have loved them in the past. The one that was coming through particularly is called the Night Blooming Sirius. It's the Lady of the Night shamanic essence for a dark night of the soul. It's a flower essence that is all around self-worth, worthiness, which stems from usually guilt that was projected onto you from familial or ancestral patterns coming through really strong. So there could be something here, a lot of anger or a lot of sadness that is rooted in the seed of the family. There's something here, you got to get to the seed. Just like the Carl Jung quote, it is said, no tree may reach heaven whose roots do not stretch down to hell. So I wrote notes down, but now I'm just channeling. So that's usually how that happens. So there's something here about getting to the root, getting to the seed of the issue. And you could have to fight to get there. You could have to express your anger, your rage to get there. You could have to cry to get there. So something here about really feeling, because as we know, the core thing of healing is within your feeling. So if you're not feeling, then you're not healing. So there's something here about that. Also roar, because if you're not the roaring lion in your jungle, then you're stuck in somebody else's roaring jungle, whatever. Yeah. So make sure that you're the lion of your jungle, or make sure you're the elephant, since as we know, a whole pack of lions could try and take down an elephant, but the elephant might still kill them all because, the elephant is knuckin and buckin and ready to fight. But not really. The elephant is the white flag from Gorillaz that I was saying at the beginning. The elephant just wants peace. But if you really piss an elephant off, then yeah, it'll stomp you down. So something here, stomp the yard is what I'm hearing now. So there could be something about dance, there could be something stomping leaves, there could be something here cleaning up the yard, cleaning around. You could, I just got this envision, you could be in like an apartment or in like a multi-story place and someone is like stomping constantly and you're just like, oh, you're just like, there's rage of like, can they just, okay. All right. Also, the song "Why Would I Stop" by Big Sean. When it's your time, give them something to watch. I'm a gift. I think out the box, and they want me to stop. But why would I stop? I'm unstoppable. I don't complain about life. I adapt. So there's something here. Kill the boy, Jon Snow. Kill the boy and become the man, Jon Snow. Now, I had some people in the conscious community be like, don't kill the boy. We need to, and I was like, okay, it's not literal. It's not literal. If you've seen Game of Thrones, whenever he's told, kill the boy and become the man, it's because people are always picking on him, saying he's too sweet, he has too much heart, he's going to get everyone killed, he's too nice. So there's something here about you could always be the nice person. You're the nice person. You're the person that everyone lays all the on. And that could also be why, you have to put up for a fight for yourself. You deserve to stick up for yourself. You have to defend yourself. But you could be like, I don't want to defend myself. myself because then I'll be rejected from the clan, from the people. So there can be something where you're like bullied and pushed into the space, and if that's happening externally, then that can be something that's happening internally. And remember, as I said at the beginning, there's something here about ancestors and generations and ancestral things. So there could be something within you that is pushed deep down to your cellular level that your ancestors have previously dealt with. There's something here also so here's the thing, I don't listen to Taylor Swift, but I have so much respect for her because she writes her own music, she plays her own, she can play her own instruments, she has a good voice, like she does all of it. She writes, she plays, she sings. And personally, I feel even if you're not like crazy about an artist, if they write their own lyrics, they play their own instruments, and they are actually singing, then like, what are you? Just a lion that's going to get stomped on by the elephant because they're the elephant and you're like the one man lion over here that's just going to get smushed with one elephant paw. I don't know what you call them, but I'm going to call them paws. Okay, so in Taylor Swift's song though, on her vigilante shit, ladies always rise above. Ladies know what people want. Someone sweet and kind and fun. This lady simply had enough. While he was doing lines and crossing all of mine. So you could be dealing with someone here who does extracurricular party drug thingies. But she says, I don't dress for women, I don't dress for men. Lately I've been dressing for revenge. So I don't start, but I'll tell you how it ends. And that's the thing with an elephant. I'm sorry, but is an elephant just going to like be like, let's find the herd of lions and start some No. It's not. But like if the lions are talking about the elephant and the lions are like, oh, the elephant's fat, it's slow, blah, 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 it's all these things, the elephant can be like, yeah, and you're in my way, so I'm just going to smush these and shut them up. So, it's that kind of energy. It's like, don't mess with the elephant, and if there's like a pack of lions around, they probably should watch out because the elephant's gonna win. So there's something here about slow and steady. Also the Great Migration, Fievel goes west. I mentioned these in earlier channeled messages from last year at the beginning. Actually, I think it was like April, May 2022. So you may want to go back to my readings during those times because there's something here that is dealing with April and May from 2022 that could be relevant, or it could be rearing its ugly head during this Mercury retrograde that we have. And we just had the Cancer full moon, what was it, yesterday, 2 nights ago. I believe today's Sunday, all the days mixed together. The song Different Planet by Lion Babe. Tell me how I feel so deep. I must be from a different planet. Tell me why they fear unique. I must be from a different planet. So someone could like fear you or be like, whoa, that's different. She comes from a different planet, or he comes from a different planet, or they're so unique, or they're so weird. And this can also be something that has been holding you back from like fully expressing yourself because you could be kind of like that oddball out. And it was interesting. I was the TV was on earlier and there's like this whole Elvis special, and I've not really ever watched or listened to like true Elvis concerts, but I was watching these and I was just like, I was falling in love with him. I was like, oh my gosh, I think I love Elvis. I think I love Elvis. But the thing with Elvis was he was so ahead of his time, and he just really, he grew up singing gospel music. So there could be something here about having a really strong core foundation with God, and people can be like, whoa, how can you be like so unique and weird and all these things, but also be so like firm foundation and rooted in God and your religion or whatever spirituality that you have. You can't be both. And it's like, middle fingers up, bitches, because Elvis was both. A lot of people were both. You can be both, and it's not about being both. It's all together. It's called integration. And going back to the Game of Thrones quote, kill the boy, Jon Snow, and become the man, or so the man can come through. It's not really literal, obviously. It's about integration. And so kill the boy and become the man, or kill the girl and become the woman, is not about throwing away your inner child. It's not about not listening to your inner child. It's about integrating your inner child so that you're no longer walking around situations playing victim or responding. No, take that back, because your inner child wouldn't respond, it would react. So you're no longer reacting to situations from your inner child or from a victim, but you're responding as the man. You're responding as the woman. And that's my issue with like all the, dating games and plays that people do these days. It's like, and I'm hearing, I don't fuck with you, you little stupid ass bitch, I don't fucking with you. And now I'm hearing, Yeah, when somebody be talking in your face and you want to be here and you be like, yeah, trick, yeah. Hey, soldier boy, can I? Yeah, trick, yeah. Okay, sorry, channeling just comes through, you know, I can't really explain how it comes through, but it's just coming through like that. So there's something here where it's like you've had enough of the people, like small talk, chit chat, you're like sick of that, you're sick of this, and it's like there's something here where you're just gonna bust through. Remember, crime mob, we knuckin and buckin and ready to fight. So again, it's back to that energy. Now, back to the Great Migration, if Viola goes west, you could be moving west, you could have to travel west, you could be, I'm hearing procedures, so there's something here, you could be getting a procedure, someone you know could be getting a procedure, they could have to go west for that procedure, someone here could just be wanting to travel west, or something about the west. This can also be like Western, so kind of going into Western country times. There's something here about, oh, the Cocopelli. That is also West. I always think of like Arizona, Santa Fe, and that area. Fertility, the Cocopelli is the fertility deity, so you could be very fertile during this time. Your ideas can be very fertile. You could be fertile in your relationships and your connections. Now, the Cocopelli is also a flute player, so there's something here about playing perhaps the flute or listening to the flute. Also Native American flute, the wooden flute with drums. I'm hearing like listening to drum journeys and things could be really powerful for you. Again, I was saying flower essences at the beginning. I know I was mentioning the one, the Lady of the Night, for the shamanic dark night of the soul, to be working through any guilt or working through those difficulties, but there are various other flower essences. So I just want to kind of put that plug to look into flower essences because they have really powerful effects. Okay, also, all publicity is good publicity, you guys. Even the gossip, because it makes people want to watch you. It makes people want to find out, okay, is what they said about that person true? And it's always going to work out for you in the end anyway, because what people are gossiping and saying is always going to make people be like, okay, now I want to watch that person or see this thing. And then when they see that what people are saying is full of then it works out for you in the end anyway. So remember, all publicity is good publicity. And anyone who's anyone knows this. So, period. Something about a Doug and Patty Mayo kind of love. So shout out to 90s and 80s babies who watched Doug Funny on Nickelodeon. Remember, Doug was kind of like the, you know, he's just kind of like nerdy little kid on the side, but he was in love with Patty Mayo. Patty was his first love. They don't end up together though. Patty was 7 shades darker than Doug, and she was an athlete. Roger in the show bullies Doug, and he tries to make Doug look stupid in front of Patty. So there could be someone here who's like kind of the, we'll say the less narcissistic friend, and then there's like the jock friend who's like, all my bitches love me. I'm hearing that song by T-Pain, Dan Blazarian, where he's like, yeah, well, now I'm hearing F bitches get money. So there could be a friend who's like, F bitches get money, all these things, and then there's like the good friend who's watching his friend play all these people, and he's like in love with like the star, the Patty Mayo of the group. But it's like, I don't know, I'm seeing something, I'm hearing now, but you say he's just a friend, but you say he's just a friend. Oh baby, you got what I need. So someone here feels like you got what they need. And this could also be like someone that's a Patty Mayo type could be looking at someone that's a Doug Funny type, and she could be like, hey Doug, you got what I need, because that jock over there, that Dan Blazarian over there ain't got it. He ain't got it. So there's something here about, you know, elephants are wise. They're wise. She doesn't want the lion, because if she goes for the lion, he could get stomped. But if she goes for an elephant, guess what? A whole pack of lions could come for that elephant, and the elephant could just stomp out all those elephants and make pancakes out of them. So now runes were coming through. Actually, I was just like kind of drifting off in a daze on my, I have like a PEMF, pulsed electromagnetic therapy, infrared light crystal bed. That's like one of my favorite therapy things. You can get them on Amazon, various companies. But I was laying on it and I got this really strong vision. I started seeing these symbols and I was writing them down, and then went to my runes book and was like, okay, which runes are these? I knew Perthro, but it was Perthro, Fehu, and Awaz. So Perthro is the rune of casting the lot. It's the lot cup. It kind of reminds me in Hercules whenever they like go down into hell and like the witches like cut the string whenever the people die and then their souls go into the thing. So there's something here though So also very strong raven energy. So people, it's like an energy of death. So there could be an energy of like death or things about death that could be looming, death and disease. But here's the thing, every seed, like every poison has the cure, has the remedy. So it's like within every ailment, within every seed of death is the rebirth of a new life. Within every death is simply a new life, because as we know, energy is never created nor destroyed, it is only recycled. So there's something here that is being recycled with Perth Row. Now, Perth Row with the ravens, people could see ravens and be like, ooh, death. But in older shamanic cultures, ravens were seen as going in to the dark night of the soul, going into the void, moving through. I'm hearing, I made it through the wilderness. Somehow I made it through. Don't know how lost I was until I found you. Okay, but isn't that like a virgin? Like a virgin. Okay, so I don't know. You could be meeting someone, and if you've been like dry for a while, if you've been like out of relationships for a while, you know, it could feel like a virgin for the very first time. So congratulations for, you know, anyone getting into new relationships after not being in relationships for a really long time, because it's going to be amazing, it seems like. Okay, back to the runes though, with Perth Row. So this could even be something with like, if you thought you couldn't conceive previously, you are going to be fertile during this time. Kokopelli, fertility, also wearing that or getting something with that. Like if you have any fertility issues, anything that is like stagnant, dance is going to be important. Also shaking, in older ancient cultures and whatnot, in tribal cultures, they would literally shake and do drum circles for hours and hours and hours, and this is so powerful for your nervous system. Osho dynamic meditation, I've made many plugs for it previously. I'm just gonna make another one here. The thing with Perth Row though is don't rush, go slow. It's chess, not checkers. Remember, elephants, slow and steady wins the race. So no quick schemes to get healthy, to fix anything. It's a long, slow, and steady race. And if you get bad news about something, it will go well, but you have to go slow and steady and be meticulous, and you really have to get to the root seed core ancestral issue that's looming. That is why something is being brought back up. And remember, things are always brought back up so that they can be fully healed, but they have to be fully felt for them to be fully healed. So there's something here where you can't just push your anger away. You can't just be like, well, my anger is too much, so I'm not allowed to fully express it. Do kickboxing, do fighting. Remember, we knuckin and buckin and ready to fight. So you have to get that rage, get that anger out, scream in a pillow, get in your car, drive somewhere and scream as loud as you can. Like there's something here where, and again, Osho dynamic meditation, you can fully get to the depth and the root of your anger, but also your sadness and crying, and also your like complaining inner child. This is why Osho dynamic meditation literally handles every single thing that this entire reading is about. Okay, so after, with Perth Row, do not give up your power. You cannot control outcomes, and be sure to control your actions towards creating the positive outcome. So do not give up your power. You cannot control the outcome, and be sure that you create your positive outcome by controlling your actions. So you must be collected here. I'm thinking like with a horse, there needs to be like collection. You need to be able to have elasticity in the canter so that you're safe if you're cantering up to a jump. If your horse doesn't have an adjustable stride, you guys can crash and burn. So also I'm hearing that song Crash and Burn by Savage Garden. If you jump, I'll break your fall. If you need to fall apart, I can lend a broken heart. Okay, so yeah, someone here wants to be there for you. Someone wants to be there for you. Each beginning holds within the very seeds of its own ending. However, every ending also holds its own seeds of the new beginning. So if you think it's the end, it's not. It's a seed for a new beginning. If you think it's the beginning, it's going to end. You cannot be attached to everything. So if there's something here that you've just been holding on fervorously, you don't want to let go, you just don't want to let go, and Spirit's like, well, if you don't do it and we gave you a million signs that you needed to let go of something, then Spirit will force you to let go of it, because you came here, you signed up for this earth lesson. You signed up for it. And so it's like, you have to, if you've been avoiding what you signed up for, Spirit is going to do something that's like, excuse me, excuse me, you signed up for this right here. You signed up for this, so you have to address this. Now, Fehu is old promises coming alive. It's also the first rune. It's like bowls running, so lots of Taurus energy, earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Send it. I'm hearing send it, sent. I'm hearing stick it. So someone here could be in gymnastics, aerial arts of sorts. There's something here where you gotta stick it. And there could be something where it's like there's a big consequence if you don't stick it. And you can't think about it, you have to feel it. And so if you're too in your head and you're thinking about it and you're not feeling it, then you may not stick it. I'm hearing that's a dinger. So dinger is also stick it. Okay, so with Fehu, burn. This is also, I do not fear the fire of self-discovery. It will not burn me. It will burn everything I'm not. So in the image of Fehu, it's 3 bowls and there's fire all around them, just flames. And Fehu is powerful. Also strong Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy since it's fire. So fire and earth is really prominent here. When I think of fire and earth, I also think of desert land. So west, like California, New Mexico, Arizona, states like that. I'm hearing Idaho as well. So there's something here, Nevada, like that junction of states within the states. Now, Fehu is also about wealth and prosperity, but remember that everything must be shared and nothing may be hoarded. So again, if you're holding on to something, if you're clenching or if you're hoarding, then that's like the shadow side of Fehu, and you'll have wealth and prosperity stripped from you. And so if you're finding wealth and prosperity difficult at this time, it's because you could be holding too much. And if you're like, well, I don't have any money to give, well, you have a smile to give, you have kindness to give, you could just go out somewhere in public and smile to as many people at the grocery store, start small talk with person at the register, with the grading person at Walmart. Like just little things like this make a huge difference. And these are ways that you can ensure that you're constantly giving, even if you're like, I don't have things to physically give, Valerie. Well, then guess what? You can give your heart, you can give your energy in that way. Now, after Perthro, Fehu was Awaz, and Awaz is somewhere over the rainbow. It's the in-between, so you could feel stuck. Hangman energy from the tarot. I'm staying away from cards for tonight, just channeling messages only. But with like that hangman energy, the hangman is supposed to be Odin hanging upside down from the tree of Yggdrasil, the tree of life, and he hung upside down to gain and obtain the knowledge. And obviously that's not going to be comfortable. So there could be something here, an uncomfortable procedure, an uncomfortable waiting period, an uncomfortable thing of like, well, I just want to get X, Y, and Z done, and you can't just get it done, because remember, slow and steady wins the race. And there's something here about really facing off with your fears, really going to battle, but not going to battle against anything. You're going to battle for yourself. So here's the thing, you're not fighting against things, you're fighting for yourself. You're fighting for your freedom, you're fighting for your bloodline, you're fighting for your ancestors, you're fighting for your voice, you're fighting for your truth. And so there's a need here to restructure thoughts around fighting, because we don't want to be passive. We don't want to be passive. You don't just want to sit back, because that also breeds an issue. Inaction is stagnancy, and standing water breeds disease. Standing water will get you sick. However, a flowing river will bring health, and you can drink from a flowing river. But a flowing river is also flowing, so it means it's watering many things. And if it's watering many things, then it's giving to many things, which is probably why it's able to flow, because it's able to give to many things. And a standing, stagnant pond can't give to anything except the same soggy shit that's been hoarding on and holding on to it, that's now complaining because it's made it soggy, and now it's the problem and it's the issue, but it's like created a bigger like soup pile around it, and now it's stuck and there's ridges. So there's something here that's like building up. It's like creating its own canyon. So something here about canyons. I don't know, you could be near a canyon, something about a canyon. Now the image of Awaz is this man in the middle of like a barren field where he's found one sprig tree that hardly gives any shade, and he just really has the tree just to lean up against. But with the hangman energy, it's like, okay, if that's all you have, then you may as well sit there and be still, because there's something here. It's like someone's trying to make something happen and it's not happening, and it hasn't been happening, and they've maybe have been trying to make something happen for a long time, and it's like God just wants you to sit down. Like God's telling you to sit down. So it's like, why are you just trying to do this, do that, do this? It's like the lion thing. I need to hunt, I need to play, I need to do it. And it's like, no, just be a freaking elephant and just be. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. So there's something here you just have to let be, okay? Now, in Awaz, the quote is, to die before you die is to discover what in life is truly important. To die before you die is to discover what is truly important. Because remember, we have multiple deaths in our life. I mean, truly, every 7 years, we are dead and reborn, because every 7 years, every cell in our body is completely regenerated. It's no longer what it used to be. So this is also why whenever people are like, oh my gosh, that person's unrecognizable, it's like, well, yeah, I haven't seen you for like 12 freaking years or 16 years. So if it's 16 years, then there's like 2 versions of me since the version of me that you knew, literally on a scientific cellular structure, like literally. It's not just like a mental thing, it's like a literal thing. Like these cells, like down to the bone, down to everything, is completely different every 7 years. And that's so beautiful, because that means the healing is possible. This is also why, you know, I really don't Western medicine except for acute situations like surgery and like emergency rooms. Other than that, I'm very much Eastern and holistic, which, yeah, can be slow and meticulous because you have to totally change your diet, totally change your lifestyle, totally change. But that's where you get the life school. And you came to Earth in this human form for the school of life. And so there's something in for, you know, caring for the human vessel and learning how to care for the human vessel. There's something here in Awaz. It's about stamina and sacrifice in the tree of life, self-discipline, transformation. The path is hard and lonely, and there's no end in sight. The path is hard and lonely, and there's no end in sight. Now, this makes me think back to David Goggins. Love David Goggins. I listen to him all the freaking time. He is so amazing. Yeah. David Goggins for that one, so check him out because he's awesome. Okay, now Awaz also gives liberation from the fear of death. It's a spiritual endurance into your becoming, the spiritual endurance into your becoming. So there's something here where it's like, again, things on ancestors, patterns, genealogy, snake medicine. I was seeing a lot of snakes in my dreams lately, and like I said, you know, snakes have the poison, but they also have the remedy. It's the remedy. Is that Jason Mraz? Okay, the song The Remedy. I can't even think of the rest of the lyrics of that song, but maybe go listen to that. There's something here. I mean, joy and bliss are always the remedy, but you guys, you can't just love and light your way out of a bad diagnosis. You have to feel to heal. And if you're just love and light, then you're not really feeling on a deep, deep cellular core level. The raven. So there's something here. Something has to die, so something new can be reborn. Strength. Oh, so Awaz is also the power to reverse situations, and it strengthens your position in court. So I'm not giving legal advice. However, there's something here where the more grounded you are and the more of an elephant you are, the better off you're going to be in any sort of litigation thing that you're experiencing. And the more that you're a lion, then you're probably going to get fucked. So, you know, there's that. Awaz is also alienation, so you could be feeling alienated at this time. Now, in the end was also Wunjo. That was the last rune that came out. Wunjo is all about joy, bliss, gathering, community. So you could be really finding your kin, finding your community. However, the shadow of it is gluttony, overindulgence, dullness, like just kind of and betrayal, going from one clan to the next to just kind of drain something of everything it's got and then going on to the next one. So someone here could be like that. There's something here about satisfying relationships externally always begin internally. The individual will becomes connected to the will of the community, which is the divine will. The force of love and community may cure the warrior who has hate in his heart. Okay, so so with the crime mob, we knuckin and buckin and ready to fight, maybe because all your family ever knew was fighting. And you know what? That's beautiful, because all they ever knew was fighting, and that's why you and I can have this conversation, because they fought and they clearly won, so they're good fighters, good warriors. So it's natural that you'd have a lot of rage and that energy of fighting within you, because it was in your bloodline, and it's why your bloodline stayed alive and why you and I can have this conversation. So again, there's something here where now, though, it's the time to cure that warrior. It's time to cure that, and to bring love and infuse the hate with love, but it can't be done externally. So this could be someone, you know, that a lot of people have tried to love this person, but they've just kind of, you know, projected things outward. It's like there's something here. I'm hearing banish, you're banished. So someone here could just feel banished. They could also be in like a bloodline that perhaps is always banished, and that's why they always had to fight. So there's something here of laying down the cross, laying it down, just laying it down. You know, starting with yourself, God, and nature is the perfect foundation. So again, Awaz energy, Odin hanging from the tree of Yggdrasil, the hanged man, the archetype of that. It's the energy of sitting still. Now I'm hearing, or am I standing still? Dun, 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 dun. Is that Jewel? Was that you passing me by? So someone here could have seen you passing them by, like in a car. So I don't know, you could have been going somewhere and someone could see you. You could be getting a message from this person. This is going to be like a really small percentage of people that goes with. I was hearing the song Iris by Goo Goo Dolls as well. I'd give up forever to touch you, 'cause I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest to heaven that I'll ever be, and I don't want to go home right now. And all I could taste is this moment, and all I could breathe is your life. Sooner or later it's over, I just don't want to miss you tonight. I don't want the world to see me because I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. So there's something here about feeling. Someone wants to connect to you. We're talking Doug Funny, Patty Mayo kind of love. So someone here wants to get down. Now I'm also Bryson Tiller, the song Don't play with her, don't be dishonest. Still not understanding this logic. I'm back and I'm better. I want you bad as ever. Don't let me just let up. I want to give you better. Somebody gotta step up. I'm not somebody. Okay, so someone here is like, I want to do better. Someone here from the past could want to do better. They want to step up. Or maybe they've just seen, like, I'm hearing their friends. This could be someone who's like seen a friend have a pass at you and not treat you right, and they want to come in and like Mr. This Mr. Steal your girl. Ooh, this Mr. Steal your girl. Ayo. What is that song? Bottoms up, bottoms up. Is that Trey Songz? Okay, so we got, okay, well, I'm not condoning Trey Songz, but I did want to talk about DaBaby and Chris Brown again, because they get so much hate. I have more men come to me hating on Chris Brown than anything, and it's so ridiculous. I know that he's done shit things. So are you an angel? So have you never done anything bad before? Tell me, have you donated as much as him? Were you put in max penitentiary and a jail cell where you had no light? You couldn't even stand up. You had to sit in your own shit and feces. Yes, Chris Brown had to do this for more than a year. I think it was 2 years. And he literally wrote Heartbreak of a Full Moon. He wrote his, like, a long, beautiful album. I love listening to the album straight through. It just flows. It's beautiful. He wrote that album in max penitentiary. Not to mention, he's the best freaking father ever, and fight me on that one. Knock if you buck. I'm ready to fight. Fight me on that one. So is DaBaby. They're the best fathers, you guys. They really are. They're all about family. They're all about family. And so it's funny because it's like the only people that are really hating on them are people who don't want to look into their own shadow. The love and light. Love and light. No, it doesn't work like that. We all have a negative side. We all have a dark side. And you know what the beautiful thing of it is Chris Brown actually can own up to it, and he can actually take accountability and responsibility. I just shared that on my story earlier today, but accountability is sexy. So there's something here. Accountability is sexy. So someone here could be like, that person is outcast. They're banished. They did these bad things. And someone else is like, oh, really? So you've never done bad things before? You don't want to take accountability or admit to any bad things that you've done. This person over here messed up once. They admitted to it. They did their time, and they've also proved to be an amazing parent, an amazing artist, an amazing just giver of so many things. And it's like, but you're going to point the finger at them? I think you're actually the bad egg, not them. I'm pretty sure they're the elephant, and you're you're the wolf in sheep's clothing. So there's that energy coming through. Someone here, wants to be next up. Leadership is required for longevity. Your energy is worth more than money. You can be powerful or you can be pitiful, but you can't be both. So kill the boy, kill the girl, and let the man or the woman emerge. Remember, I'm not saying to actually kill them. I'm saying to integrate them so that you're not reacting from a victimhood placement of being that little girl, that little boy, but you're responding from being a grown-ass man or a grown-ass woman and confronting the situation with compassionate confrontation. Don't be smarty. Don't be smarty. Don't be sorry. Be smart. And please don't listen to anyone's opinion of you. Let's just make them eat that record. So that was from the show Wednesday. She's saying, you know, don't be sorry, be smart, and please don't listen to anyone's opinion of you. Let's just make them eat that record. So there's something here also. Buffy the Vampire Slayer kept coming through, the Spirit Slayer, so a lot of energy vampires. Also, let it burn, it's gonna burn for me to say this, but it's coming from the heart. It's been a long time coming. Okay, so someone here, there could be a separation that has to happen. Let it burn with Usher. Again, if you're holding on, you're holding on, it's like you just gotta let it go. Do I just want to end this here? No, there's a couple more. Okay, I'm gonna do just a couple more. Oh, we had Dust Yourself Off and Try Again. That's Alea. Oh, what was this song? Okay, the song Hold On by Wilson Phillips. It's the... It's the one, someday somebody gonna make you want to say goodbye. So there's something here, someday somebody's gonna make you want to say goodbye. Till then, baby, are you gonna let them hold you down and make you cry? Don't you know that things can change? Things will go your way if you hold on for one more day. I know there's pain, but hold on for one more day. And you break free from the chains, things will go your way. So again, there's something here of white flag, raise the white flag and surrender. You have to surrender to your pain, you have to surrender to your anger, you have to surrender to your sadness, and you have to allow yourself to fully feel guilt and sadness, or anger and frustration, stemming from shame. It's like you have to really get to the root of these things rather than just standing still. Also, the song Bird of the Summer by Fine Frenzy came through. Someone here could be out of state, or they could have moved from the summertime. I know I should recover. You were a bird of the summer. I was wrong to try and capture you. So someone here is like kind of realizing they could have said that you were the bad person, you just ran away, you just went ghost. But it's like, no, they were trying to play captive, and they were trying to like hoard you, hold on to you, own you. They weren't really caring for you. They were just trying to control you. And this is like really prevalent right now. So someone is becoming acutely aware where they're trying to just control you and control a situation, and they're trying to capture you. But you were a bird of the summer, and they were wrong to try and capture you. Should I just fly in circles or just fly away? So someone here could just want to fly away. Someone here is trying to figure out how to tell you they love you. These words are my own, from my heart flow. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. So Natasha Bedingfield, but it's from the heart flow. And that's the thing with the baby and Chris Brown, is they operate fully from their heart flow, and you cannot deny it. You guys, I saw Chris Brown in concert, and I was like, I don't know, like I was like right up by the stage. It was a birthday present to myself. I went all by myself. It was amazing. It was like the best concert ever. He did a flip from a second story thing while he was singing, and he was in key the whole time. He landed like a double flip off of a second story. Like, it was like dangerous. Like, he was like a full-on stuntman. It wasn't just like dancing. He was literally a full-on stuntman. It was impressive. And again, anyone who's, I mean, I don't think he writes all of his songs, but maybe he does. I don't know. I need to check that before I speak on that further. But I do know that he is an incredible musician, an incredible singer, an incredible father, and he actually has taken accountability for the things that he's done. And so how can you hate on someone like that? In fact, if you're gonna try and hate on someone like that, you're just showing me that you're the evil one. So, because people all do things, and no one's perfect. So if you're really gonna hold something against someone who really is a great father and is like the core family is everything to them, it's like you're actually the shit person, not them. So someone here could, I don't know, be talking mess on someone because of their past, but it's like that person is an incredible parent, an incredible artist, and they've really evolved and grown into themselves. And so again, remember, all press, all news, whatever, is good press. It's all good. It's like, all publicity is good publicity, even the gossip. All right, I love you guys. If you'd like a personal reading, hit me up.